You will not be able to work in the United Kingdom if you do not have digital ID. Our immigration system does need to be fair if we want to maintain that binding contract that our politics is built on. And that is why today I am announcing this government will make a new free-of-charge digital ID mandatory for the right to work by the end of this Parliament. Let me spell that out. You will not be able to work in the United Kingdom if you do not have digital ID. It's as simple as that. You will not.
Good morning, Owasso. This is the Twins with Owasso Live, and this is the Morning Loop. Again, this sounds nice in theory. If you have a bunch of illegal immigrants coming to your country and they don't have digital ID, they're not going to be able to work. But, I mean, does that mean they're not going to be able to collect welfare either? Do you need a digital ID to collect welfare?
Well, my big 2 cents is what they would do here in the United States is they just say, oh, they were illegal. We're just going to give them amnesty and make them citizens.
Yeah. Again, there's a million ways to work around this anyway. But either way, this social ID is not good because this is what China does. Like, again, at what point are they going to say, sorry, you've had too much internet time today? What time are they going to be like, sorry, you've used too much AC today. You used your heater too long today. We're locking you out of your bank account because you don't agree with the government, like they did in Canada. Mm-hmm. This is crazy. I mean, obviously they don't need digital ID to do this stuff. I mean, they'll lock the people out of Canada out of their bank accounts without that. But yeah, I don't know. This is the future is dystopian and scary, man. So I don't know what to say other than this is the terrifying future, and what do we do to stop it?
I don't know, but do you want to watch the full interview of that?
Sure, why not? How long is it?
4 minutes.
Okay.
I am announcing this government will make a new free-of-charge digital ID mandatory.
Tell me it's not just him talking the whole time.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely him just talking the whole time.
Oh.
Let me spell
well,
that out.
never mind then.
You will not be able to work.
I think we already saw the good parts about it then. I thought this was like a news thing talking about it.
Not at all. It's the full interview. But we can talk about the scary dystopia part of this now, which is the China aspect of this. And get to this right here. I like this guy's take on it.
Yeah.
Some claim the Chinese Communist Party's social credit system doesn't exist. Well, I'm here to tell you it does, but it's not how you think. Those that have low social credit scores are publicly shamed. But that's not all. It's only part of the comprehensive policing and surveillance apparatus, which also includes police drones, Skynet tracking to locate someone who made online comments about the government, and applications to geolocate those around you, as well as facial scans and real ID verifications everywhere you go. These all feed back into the social credit system where you are barred from loans, taking transportation, or owning a business. All of these are made to ensure that people do not speak, do, or to think to challenge the government, because the social restrictions are heavy burdens to bear. The CCP knows where everyone is at all times and what they're doing at all times. This is why they're lying to you to suggest they cannot track down a fentanyl network going out of China. It's simply they're unwilling to look. The goal is to police innocent people in China, not to crack down on mass criminal efforts. Share this video so more can be aware. Some claim the Chinese...
This sounds like the Democratic dream right here.
Yeah.
Like, the Democrats would love this because all they would do is keep an eye on their political opponents.
Yeah.
That's all they would do. I mean, January 6th is proof that they would just literally crack down on their political adversaries and Donald Trump. Mm-hmm. Just like, oh, we're going to socially shame you. It's like, yeah, like, again, like what we were talking about yesterday with the January 6th stuff that we were talking about. It's like, how is it that they didn't find the guy who brought cocaine into the White House and the guy who placed the pipe bomb January 5th, before January 6th or whatever. Mm-hmm. It's like the Washington, D.C. and the White House, the place that have the most cameras out of any city or building in the world, couldn't find somebody that brought cocaine into the White House, and also couldn't find the guy that put a pipe bomb out there near the two committee buildings, the Republican and the Democratic campaign or whatever buildings.
Yeah. Again, it's absolutely crazy. And again, in theory, like I said, let's say you're trying to track down a missing child, or you were trying to find somebody who was kidnapped. This is great. You know, it's like, oh, for small petty crimes. But like I said, what that guy just said in the video, they're not going to use this to police small crimes or like criminal syndicates. They're going to use it to police the average everyday citizen.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, you're stepping out of line, citizen. You have thoughts. You know, it's like, you're a conservative.
They're
we
trying,
can't have you.
Yeah, they're trying to figure out ways to take more of your hard-earned money. They're not going to do stuff for free. Like, finding a child is not going to be something. That's something that's, you know,
That's a waste. That's a waste of government resources. Why would we look for one child? We're trying to police an entire population here.
Exactly. That's what's going on. Is like they don't want to hand out stuff for free, and that's what that is. Like, helping people with this stuff is not going to get them a paycheck, or not going to get them paid at the end of the day. That's why it's what they talk about, like with what happens in Los Angeles all the time with like those food vendors, the illegal food vendor trucks all over the place. It's like, the police don't go after them because they know that they can't get any money off of them, and they're just going to be back the next day. Yeah. But they'll go after, you know, average American person who doesn't have all their licenses for their food truck.
They'll go after your daughter for setting up a lemonade stand in front of your house.
Yeah, like, because they can fine you for
fine you for that. You did not. How dare your daughter put up this lemonade stand on the sidewalk in front of your house? She doesn't have a permit for that.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you got a license for that?
Oh, yeah, exactly. This is crazy. Absolutely crazy. And again, in theory, it's awesome. Like again, cell phones have changed the game. It's like we can track. I mean, it's hard for people to get kidnapped anymore. It's hard for people to commit crimes because we have phones readily available.
Well, that's also part of what we wanted to talk about, too, is like how the fact that insurance companies have already partially implemented this type of social credit scoring.
DriveWise. DriveWise or Smart Drive, whatever your current insurance company's thing is. Again, that is social credit. It's like if you drive well and you follow all the guidelines and the speed limits, you're paid according to how you drive, which, again, that's a cool feature, but at the same time, it is the beginning of this social credit era.
Yeah, it is, because, again, like I said, now with where unfortunately where we work right now, there's the one, like, it'll actually make your make your prices go up if you have bad driving habits. Yeah, and it knows everything. Like, it used to only, what was the one that used to
only before before they rolled out this new product, the old company, like, it could never hurt you. It could only benefit you.
Yeah,
you could either you get zero discount or you get some form of discount. So if you're bad, you can't follow any of their criteria, $0. If you're good, you get maybe 10, 14, 15. Some people got as high as $60 in savings. Now, it can't hurt you. Like, they say it in the things. They go, for 80% of people, this will probably work for them. Maybe not great, but it'll get them a discount. But for 20% of people, it's going to hurt them. Like, their price is going to go up and reflect how badly they drive.
And then the 4 things that it monitors now is time of day of driving, monitors your speed, and it used to just be speed over 80. Now it's speeding anywhere. It knows because it with GPS locator and with all the traffic record stuff that it has from all the other apps like Google apps, it knows exactly the speed limits
I'm driving from my house to here. It knows that it's no more than 35 miles an hour, and then it knows the time of day. It's like, oh, you're going 35 when the school lights started flashing. It's 25 there now. Like, it knows. Google's telling it. Like, I mean, like those live traffic updates on your phone, like. We're tracking things that, again, have never been tracked before. They know. It's crazy.
It's insane what's going on. Absolutely insane. But yeah, it's like, so what I say, so time of day of driving, your speeding habits, hard braking, and then now your phone activity. Yeah. So it doesn't like it when you're using your phone for GPS. It doesn't like it when you're listening to a podcast or your audiobooks. If you're listening to music, it knows. It's like, hey, you're listening. Your phone's activated right now.
That's just distraction.
Yeah, that's a distraction on your device, which, like I said, is a good. You can look at it both ways. Like, it's a good thing is, hey, it's telling you, hey, you're on your phone too much while you're driving, or hey, you're going a little too fast. These are things that you can correct. But at the same time, it's like, hey, maybe you're in a hurry because there's a little bit of an emergency happening in your life.
Yeah,
it's not going to care. Your insurance or, whatever, the social credit scoring system is not going to care. Period.
Not give a dang. But yeah, it's absolutely insane. The future is now, and it is scary. And if we don't have any precautions or hesitancy or safety nets set up, I mean, we're just going to go full authoritarian mode real quick. You know, it's like, and liberals are always scared. It's like, oh, authoritarians. Like, well, you sure do love it. Authoritarianism when it works for you. But again, this is unprecedented how quickly things are changing.
Well, again, it's like the same thing, too. It's like, you know, back in the earlier days, people couldn't imagine putting cameras around their house or on the insides of their house now.
Yeah.
And think about it. Everybody has those little ring doorbell cameras. They have other cameras around and in their house to monitor their kids
or their babysitters.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or the baby cribs and like whatever. Like, and as we've all learned that those things are easily hackable, there could be perverts there.
Yeah,
watching your children too.
Or do you trust the people who work at the security camera place? I mean, like, you just got some weird dude just staring there looking at you or your baby or whatnot. Like, it's
the
weird.
old South Park meme, the guy that's running all the security just beating it.
Yeah, beating
watching
his knee,
everyone.
watching everybody in security, using the restroom or whatever. Yeah, weird stuff. That's what it is. You're trusting these corporations and trusting that there's not some freaks inside the corporations willing to do weird things.
Yeah, but let's watch some more of this social credit score stuff from China, which is basically where Great Britain's kind of moving towards right now.
Today in China, there are some 600 million surveillance cameras, one for every 2 citizens, able to track people's movements down to the
One
minute.
for every 2
Every
citizens.
street
That's
corner,
crazy.
there's facial recognition, there's digital recognition, there's the social credit system. The social credit system is the sort of highest aspiration of the Chinese Communist Party, to have everything every human being does go into a computer system. And with AI and all sorts of other sophisticated programming, you can know exactly where a person is because he'll have bought something with a credit card or a digital payment system. His car will have gone down a highway. Every kilometer, there's a camera taking pictures of your license plate. They will know everything about everybody real time. This creates a kind of a techno-autocratic system that's unprecedented and with which we've had no experience.
Yeah, exactly what we were saying. It's terrifying, the capabilities that they'll have. Again, sorry you have the wrong opinions. We're stopping. You're not allowed to use your credit cards anymore. And again, they've done that. They've done that to Alex Jones. They've debanked people before. They don't need this social credit thing to do it. Banks can just be like, we don't want to do business with you. Again, certain, like YouTube, like, sorry, Alex, you can't post on this platform. And, or it'll be like, hey, we don't want to do business with you.
Yes.
We don't want you. We don't want to hold on.
That's
to
the thing,
for
and
you.
like then the left argues that those are private companies doing that. But yes, but as we've learned now that it was private companies through public pressure from the government.
Yes,
to do this. We've learned this. It's like the Biden and the Obama administration, like Obama with the IRS going after conservative NGOs and nonprofits. And we've also learned this from the Biden administration pressuring Facebook and YouTube and Google to censor conservative outlets regularly. And so this is already happening. Except the only difference is they're pressuring the companies, which that's the thing. The Democrats actually really love corporations. Like, I mean, Democrats truly are the more fascist party because they love to be like, there's a few companies and we can go talk directly to their CEOs. That's what we like. We don't like it when there's a bunch of these companies and corporations that all do the same thing because people can just go, oh, this company's screwing me over. I'm going to go to another one.
Again, this is Blue Sky is a perfect example of this. It's like Elon Musk. So Twitter used to be like the left-wing haven.
Yeah.
Then Elon Musk bought it, and all of a sudden, all these right-wing people started exploding because they were being shadow banned. So they all go to Blue Sky. It's like going, we're going to go over there. Now, what they want is they want it to be like old Twitter, where like they have the power. They can put the public pressure on these small group of corporations that own everything and say, hey, we don't want that. We don't want that. We don't want him there. We don't want him there. But if there's competition, like I said, again, you have like a Rumble or something. It's like they'll say, we're the free speech platform. If they're not going to let you say what you want to say on that platform, come over here.
Yep.
They want that to go away because they want it to be like it used to be. Where what was it? What was the one before Truth Social? It was Parler, right?
Parler, yeah.
Parler. They shut Parler down. Like they used political pressure to be like, well, Parler is it's a right wing hate speech platform. Get rid of it.
Yeah,
and they did. Like
I think it was Parler or Gab, one of those two.
Yeah.
It's like they were using like Amazon like
Servers.
servers,
And
yes,
Amazon-
and they pressured Amazon to take them down.
Yes, they said don't host these website servers for these people, and they were like, okay. Again, that's what they want. They want a small. They don't want competition in the market. They want there to just be a hand, like 5 companies that run everything, and they can just put the political pressure on these companies to do anything that they want. It's like, we don't want Alex Jones to be able to speak. We don't want people on the right. We don't want Charlie Kirk to be able to have a platform or, or be allowed to have a bank. That's what they want.
Yeah. Which will bring this another one of these, just another talking about this China credit score, social credit score, digital ID, all this fun stuff.
Wasn't there a Black Mirror episode on this? You literally have surveillance cameras everywhere. As you're walking across the street, if you're jaywalking, your phone is geolocating you. It knows that you're jaywalking. The cameras are recognizing that it's you, and your Alipay connected to your bank account is deducting money from your bank account as you're jaywalking across the street.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty bad.
All part of the social credit score. If you don't behave exactly as the Xi Jinping thought specifies, you get banned from public transportation or from going to the school you want to or getting the housing that you want. If you're in a rural highway, they're timing the distances between 2 points, and they will flash on a board alongside the road your license plate, your name, that you're speeding, also being deducted.
Wasn't there a Black Mirror?
Okay, listen up, dum-dums, especially this. And the dum-dums are the people who are for authoritarianism, who are for communism. If you want this type of thing to come here, what happens when someone you don't like gets into power? What happens if Bernie Sanders takes power, implements all this stuff, and then another Donald Trump comes back and takes over?
Yeah.
Do you want Donald Trump having this kind of power over you?
Yeah. Well, this is what we talked about, was like with the whole, again, I always come back to the Smith and Mont Act. That's why the Democrats did not want to have another Republican come back in. That's why they fought so hard, tooth and nail, against Trump, is because they have the propaganda arm. They are trying to turn it into a one-party state.
Yeah.
It's literally going to be the Democrats and then everyone else, like the non-believers.
Yeah.
That's what it is. That's what they're trying to turn America into. And it's truly scary because, like I said, with the propaganda arm, they can say whatever they want. It's like, what's going on right now? What we keep showing is like, how is it that everything about January 6th is all negative? And the same thing with, like the whole FBI thing that we just showed, like 274 FBI agents on the ground at January 6th. And all the articles that first pop up on Google and all these places are false narrative. Kash Patel walks back 200. He's like, he didn't walk back anything. He's like, they weren't all there as as active duty.
Exactly. They were just there. Like, again, and they had what do you call them? Informants there. They had plain-clothed informants. They had plain-clothed officers walking amongst the field. Yeah. So again, nobody walked back anything. The media's framing it as if he walked back in something. And again, that's why you cannot trust headlines. Like, we were watching Tim Pool talk about it the other day, and he was like going, you have to go to the page 3 of this article that was written before they start explaining actually what they mean by what Kash Patel was actually talking about. Which again disproves the headline.
Yeah, disproves the headline, but also goes into the fact that it's feeding this narrative of the Smith and Mont Act is like, it's propagandizing all the way, and then at the very, very end, the last little paragraph, everything we said was not true here.
Yeah.
So this goes to show you that this is a process of the Democratic Party trying to take over and manipulate the American people. And, like, we need to go back and repeal that Smith and Mont Act, basically.
Yeah, basically saying you're not allowed to propagandize the American people. Like, that is Obama's legacy right there, is the reformatting of the Smith-Mont Act.
Mm-hmm. But here's this next one of RFK talking, do not comply with digital ID, which now all the Democrats will come out and be like, we all need to get digital IDs implanted in our arms right now.
Yeah.
Because the Trump party is against it.
What we're seeing today is what I call turnkey totalitarianism. They are putting in place all of these technological mechanisms for control we've never seen before. It's been the ambition of every totalitarian state from the beginning of mankind to control every aspect of behavior, of conduct, of thought, and to obliterate dissent. None of them have been able to do it. They didn't have the technological capacity. Today, the mechanisms are being put in place that will make it so none of us can run and none of us can hide. Within 5 years, we're going to see 415,000 low-orbit satellites. Bill Gates says his 65,000 satellites alone will be able to look at every square inch of the planet 24 hours a day. Digital currency that will allow them to punish us from a distance and cut off our food supply. Every right that you have is transformed into a privilege contingent upon your obedience to arbitrary government dictates.
And people are calling this guy a
It will
traitor.
make you a slave. And what do we do about this? What do? We resist. I'm going to tell you 3 rules that you all need to know and memorize. Number 1, every power that government takes from us, it will never relinquish voluntarily. Number 2, every power they take from us, they will ultimately abuse to the maximum extent possible. Number 3, nobody in history of the planet has ever complied their way out of totalitarian control. Every capitulation is a signal to the oppressors to impose new forms of torment or torture or compliance or obedience. Every time you comply, you get weaker. Bullies cannot be appeased. It just encourages them to new forms of torture and torment. Every time you say yes, you're getting pushed back to a weaker position. That's why we need to resist today. What we're seeing today is what I call turnkey totalitarianism.
Okay, that restarted.
It did restart. But
Anyway, again, that's a Democrat right there. That's a Democrat.
Mm-hmm.
It's RFK for crying out loud.
Talking like this guy and his family have been supposedly been the pulse of the Democratic Party since the 60s.
Yeah.
And now he is considered a MAGA Republican
Yeah,
type.
MAGA
So-
traitor Republican.
So who moved? Again, this is why we always ask, who moved? Did the Democrats move further left, or did RFK move further right? And considering that RFK's positions really haven't changed any,
Yeah.
I would say that the Democratic Party has moved full-blown communist, authoritarian totalitarianism, just like he said
Yeah.
right here. So, yeah, I mean, the proof is in the pudding. Why are all these moderate Democrats changing over to be on Donald Trump's side? It's because they're staying where they've been, and the left is just, again, like that meme, sprinting further left.
Guys, Tulsi Gabbard switched. Tulsi Gabbard's a Democrat. Well, I mean, she's Republican now, but like I said, does everyone know that Hawaii's always been a Democratic state? It's always been blue? Like, forever?
Yeah. Well, it's like I tell you, any place that's like an island or mainly tourism really will always be blue
Because they rely on...
they rely on other people's money to keep them alive. Like places that are red are generally like self-sufficient, meaning that they have a product or a service or natural resources that they can offer that the world needs or that the country needs
they
or whatever.
produce something.
Exactly.
Or they're able to mine it or refine it.
Exactly. Correct. That is absolutely correct. And that's the difference. Is like Hawaii, with all the protections and stuff on it, because it's an island and we have to keep it safe for the environment and all this other stuff. Like in all these, in all
blue.
yeah, it's going to be blue, and it's because they have all these traditional things they have to do there, which is fine. That's fine. But at the same time, it's like when you have nothing to offer but tourism, yeah, you're going to be blue because like we need support to stay alive.
If you weren't part of a first world country, you would be a third world country.
Correct. Yes, that is
tourism
100%.
is your main source of income, you're a third world country.
Yes, that is 100% the case. Again, relying on other people's money makes you a Democrat.
Basically, yeah.
That's funny stuff. But speaking of the UK, we also have this right here talking about how the UK is basically conquered at this point. Like, this is a message from Christopher Hitchens from 2009, which he was always opposed to Islamic
immigration.
radicalism.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So now he's an atheist and he's opposed like all religion, but
He allegedly
again,
came around at the end, but we don't know that for sure.
Exactly. But towards what we're saying is, like I said, he understood which religion was the absolute worst of all the dogma, and like his prophesization right here is kind of spooky.
Yeah.
Right here. So check this out.
This is very urgent business, ladies and gentlemen. I beseech you. Resist it while you still can, and before the right to complain is taken away from you, which will be the next thing. You will be told you can't complain because you're Islamophobic. The term is already being introduced into the culture as if it was an accusation.
Yeah, I would just like to show that. It's like, that wasn't a term back in the early 2000s.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Islamophobia is something put out by
shortly after 9/11
Yeah.
because they were like, every Muslim's a terrorist, and it's like, well, every Muslim might not be a terrorist, but they sure have their sympathies for the things that radicals do.
Yes, and it was made up by the Islamic radicalists
It was made
to
up by the
basically
Islamic
call you. It
Brotherhood.
was basically like they wanted to call themselves racist, except remember, Islam is not a race.
Oh, exactly. Well, it's kind of like it's like how they did exactly what Jews have done. They've blurred the line between ethnic Judaism and the religious Judaism. It's like, when you call somebody a Jew, are you calling them a religious Jew or are you calling them an ethnic Jew?
Mm-hmm.
The line is blurred there. You can't insult one without being claimed as anti-Semitic. Muslims did the exact same thing. They go, what Muslim is not a race. Muslim is a religion, or it's a culture of, that you're an adherent of that religion. Again, if you're making fun of a race of people, you'd say, I don't like people from the Middle East. Middle Easterners are bad or ugly. That would be a race thing. Like if you're saying I don't like Muslims, you're not saying I hate brown people. You're saying I hate that religion.
Yeah.
So again, much like anti-Semitism, the line is blurred between Islam and Judaism. Like it's just like you can't criticize one without the other without being accused of a racist or being intolerant of a religion.
Yep.
But both are the same somehow.
Exactly. That's very true. It's like, because most people say when you're talking about a Muslim, they'll immediately assume you're talking about a Middle Eastern person.
Yeah.
Like, whereas a Muslim can be white, black, Asian, whatever.
And again, I'll say this too. It's like Islamophobic. Well, what other religion has made people want to? I mean, phobia is an irrational fear. I mean, I think it's pretty rational to be afraid of Islam.
Yeah. At this point, yeah.
Of race hatred, for example, or bigotry, whereas it's only the objection to the preachings of a very extreme and absolutist religion. Watch out for these symptoms. They are not just symptoms of surrender, very often ecumenically offered to you by men of God in other robes, Christian and Jewish and smarmy ecumenical. These are the ones who will hold open the gates for the barbarians. The barbarians never take a city till someone holds the gates open for them. And it's your own preachers who will do it.
And again, he's wrong about this. Like he's wrong, but he's also right. It is false prophets who are doing this. Like I know there are plenty of Catholics that are coming out and going, no, the West is for Europe. Western Europeans is for Europeans. They're saying don't let these people in. There are Catholic priests saying that. There are Christian priests saying that. It's happening all over. The only ones that not are these heretic churches that are pro LGBTQ and pro gay. There's no such thing as an illegal human. Like it's these false churches, teaching false doctrine. And again, some of them might not even be teaching false doctrine fully. They just accept sin. They go, "Oh, you're perfect the way you are." It's like, no, you're not.
Exactly. But getting back to his point, there's like the barbarians are being let in by the Democrats. The Democrats in this case are the people holding the gates.
It's the secular religious clerics holding the gates open now.
That's the thing that he would never have admitted to back in the day. He's like, oh, the atheists wouldn't do that. It's like, no. The people who are more secular and aren't the much hardcore believer types are the ones who are letting these people come
who's
in.
a perfect example of this? Sam Harris. Sam Harris would, whenever he goes, I remember watching Sam Harris talk about how he would never want to stand with a Christian who's criticizing Islam because they see Islam for what it is, and they understand the conviction of faith that they have. But he goes, but they hate them for the wrong reasons, though. I dislike Islam because I'm enlightened. It's like, no, Christians understand it the same way they do. They understand the power of religious conviction, and you're criticizing Christians for having that conviction and saying that that's wrong, or them to have that conviction that makes them understand why Islam is bad. Again, he is one of the religious clerics, that he's a secular religious cleric saying that he is awoken and understands and has enlightened. And again, he's one of the enlightened
ones. I'm on a higher level of thinking than you, pleb. Yeah.
And it's like, no, you're not. Like, Christians understand it. They just understand it from a godly perspective.
Yeah. Which, we're getting back to this. This brings us back to the social credit score regarding this. Is like, anybody, remember, people in the UK are being arrested for posting, like, anti-immigration tweets and, Facebook posts.
And Muslims are not. Muslims can say whatever they want.
Yeah.
About Christians. They can be like, the Mohammed Hijab was just posted a thing going, if you come to our neighborhoods, we'll beat you senselessly. He said that on YouTube. Like, and the video has thousands of views.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's coming for him. They're not. There's no.
But
police.
someone criticizes the Islamic grooming games for assaulting children. By God, that person's going to jail for Islamophobia.
Yeah, crazy. Sorry, go ahead. We need to finish this one up.
For you and your own multicultural authorities who will do it for you. Resist it while you can.
One of the things that is coming up over and over again is Islamophobia. And, well, you can see the stats, you can see the numbers rising, particularly since October the 7th. Although,
I wonder why they would be rising because of October 7th.
Mm-hmm.
Any guess to why there would have been a rise in anti-Islamic rhetoric after October 7th?
Yeah.
Worst terrorist attack since 9/11.
Yeah. And again, not like 9/11 where it was just planes and explosions. We're talking like just walking through a music festival being like bang, 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 bang.
Yeah.
Look, there's some kids over there.
Yeah.
There's some
talking beheading women and children and then assaulting them and whatever else. Yeah.
Yeah.
Insane.
We shouldn't fall into the trap of thinking that before October the 7th, this was all heading in the right direction. It's been far too high for far too long. Clearly, we need to just say over and over
That's
again.
because he's talking to the... I almost cursed. He's talking to the mayor of London, who is an Islamic person. So he's pandering to an audience instead of telling the truth. Remember that. That's what Democrats will do. Like with those people that they bring those illegals to. Like, oh, are you in support of illegal immigrants? They said, all right, bring them in. Bring them in. The moment they see people start running towards their house, like, nope. Shut their doors, lock their doors.
Yeah.
So it's only as far as like signing
Political
your note on a
convenience.
piece of paper. Yep. Mm-hmm. You'll check a box, but you won't put your money where your mouth is. And that's exactly what he's doing as a politician right now.
Mm-hmm.
Islamophobia is intolerable. It can never, ever be justified. And we have to continue with a zero tolerance.
Really? You'd think after a terrorist attack, you think it'd be completely justified, especially if they're saying we're doing this because the Book of Islam tells us we can.
Yes, we are allowed to do this to you because you are infidels.
Mm-hmm.
Approach. And I think there's more we can do in government. There's certainly stuff online which I think needs tackling much more robustly than it is at the moment.
What I'm hoping, Kerry, is your experience as a prosecutor means you'll be thinking about the strategy we can use to make sure we take action against those who break the law.
This is
where we get back into the digital ID stuff.
You can take action.
He wants to stop those white right-wing extremist UK citizens not to be able to work for being
We want to
racist.
legislate away Islamophobia. You can't have opinions about Islam.
Mm-hmm.
That's terrifying. And again, and this is kind of related. It's not UK, but what we're going to talk about is related to UK. Ariana Grande posted a tweet about Donald Trump, and it was basically a long-winded thing going, hey, Trump supporters, how does it feel? Has he made any of his promises? Is your food cheaper? Is life better? He goes, do you feel better that you're separating families from each other and illegal immigration isn't getting better, but the only thing he's doing is hurting these poor families that are trying to come here for a better life? And again, this is funny coming from Ariana Grande. There's a guy made a tweet back to her on her little long-winded diatribe, and I mean it's just a perfect response. Mm-hmm. So
let's see here. Let's see if I got here. Singer 32, bit of a fruity podcast. Blah 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 blah.
Cut to you.
Say what?
Cut to you.
Oh, it's cut to me. Sorry. Yeah. Have your groceries got cheaper? Has your health? Yeah. Has your health insurance premium gone down? Has your work-life balance improved? Can you vacation yet? Are you happier? Has the widespread suffering of others paid off for you the way that he promised it would? Or are you still waiting? Well, ignorance is bliss in the words of in the world of a wealthy one, Trump supporter tweeted. The suffering that you are referring to is perception. Communities are safer. Stick to what you know best, not politics, someone else wrote. But here's what the guy that you sent back wrote right here, and I absolutely love it.
And again, this is why it's related to the UK.
Yeah. Okay. Manchester bomb maker Hassam Abedi used 5 makeshift knives to conduct a terrorist attack on prison officers while shouting Allah Akbar, prosecutors have alleged. Abedi, 28, is serving life in prison for helping the suicide bomber brother murder 22 people in the Manchester Arena atrocity in 2017. Man, 2017 is when that was. Mm-hmm. He has been charged with 3 accounts of attempted murder and assaulting, causing actual bodily harm, and 1 possessed a knife over the alleged attack that maximized security HMP Franklin in County Durham on April 12th. Abedi earlier appeared in Woolwich Crown Court via video link from HMP Bellamarsh, flanked by 5 prison officers dressed in riot masks and protective body armor. So that's what we had. But yeah, this guy here, Manchester bombing was the Manchester bombing of her concert was carried out by an illegal, and that's what we wanted to mainly get at here.
Ariana Grande is advocating for illegal immigration and allowing for illegals to stay in America when the person who bombed and killed 22 people at her concert was an illegal immigrant.
And a Muslim radical terrorist illegal immigrant.
Again, these people will advocate for people. I mean, again, Ariana Grande wasn't affected by that. Sure, that went off during her concert, but she just ran out. The 22 people that died there, I mean, what did she do anything for the families? I mean, I'm not saying she didn't. She very well could have. But she's advocating for a system that would allow this guy to do something else like that again. She's allowing for a system that would allow that to happen again at one of her concerts. Again.
Yeah. And remember, this is like what we was talking about. It's like, stop taking political advice from people that hate you. Check this out. If we remember this from back in the day. What the F is that? I hate America. I hate America. She hates America. Now, granted, we don't know really what's going on right here. But, you know, like supposedly like they're offering her donuts and she didn't get what she wanted or some crap. I don't remember. But just like it's so stupid. Like these people don't like you. It's like stop giving. It's like what the Daily Wire said. Stop giving your money to companies that hate you. Give it to us.
Yeah. Again, it's sad that this is the state of things. And again, this social credit score is only going to make things worse for, again, not just for conservatives. It's whichever political party is in power, it's going to affect the people of the opposite political party. If it can't be applied equally to everyone, then we probably don't want it. So again, if Bernie Sanders gets in office and all the left-wing people are, yeah, now we can use this social credit score against conservatives, yeah. But then if Trump
will they will use
it they will
conservatives. They've already done it. They've proven that they will do anything to go after conservatives.
Then what happens if Donald Trump comes back and takes over after Bernie Sanders? Like, this is all hypothetical. I'm not saying this is going to happen. So for anybody who wants to clip that out of context. But let's say if Bernie Sanders comes in, implements all this stuff, and then another type of Donald Trump comes in and takes over. Yeah. Are you people on the left going to be like ecstatic about that?
Yeah.
Like how this will be used against you?
Yeah, exactly. They're worried that J.D. Vance is going to get in. And like, I thought Trump was the worst thing ever. But now all of a sudden, like, they're worried about J.D. Vance. J.D. Vance will be even worse. It's like every person who comes after whoever's next on the Republican side is always worse than the last one. Mm-hmm. Every single time. Like, Bush was Hitler. Reagan was Hitler. What else? Who else? Donald Trump is Hitler.
Well, I mean, both Bushes were Hitler.
Mitt Romney was Hitler.
Yeah. Binders of women. Putting his dog up on top of the car. Like, a lot of stuff. Like, I mean, like, everything is the end of the world. But here we are trying to deal with the repercussions. And, like, again, you're advocating for stuff that's going to destroy you, essentially.
Yeah. You are voting for your destruction.
Yeah, and again
we've already proven that the social credit score is kind of already partially admitted, is already being admittedly done here. I mean, what do you think the whole, like, even like stuff as simple as getting like what are those things you get from like your gas stations or whatever, like would you like to become like a preferred member or whatever by you know getting rewards or whatever. The more you shop here with us, the more that's social engineering.
Yeah,
you don't understand. It's like I said it was just with the ear insurance thing. The only reason I use that as an example is because we work in insurance and we're very familiar with it, and we can see the tangible like results from it. Like it's the same thing with you being a preferred member at like Sam's or like your favorite gas station. Like, do you have what was it? Casey's Rewards? Do you have the QT Club card or whatever?
Yeah. Again, it's not good. It's scary the direction the future is going, and we all just need to be awake to it and ready to respond in kind and do as what RFK said in that video we watched a little earlier. We got to resist it because again. Antifa should not be happy if this is coming because they'll never be able to plan any event ever again.
Yeah,
I mean, Facebook already logs all their chats, but like I said, at least Facebook is on their side and they're not going to give them up to the government unless like they're subpoenaed.
Just remember, like the moment that Antifa and all you other like protesting groups is like the moment that your Democratic overlords get into power and you start protesting them, you are the first ones going to jail.
Yeah, you're first ones on the chopping block.
I said that's what happens, and that's what happened in every communist regime. They praised their foot soldiers until they got into power, and once they got into power, if they did not bend the knee, you were first on the chopping block, or you were the first ones lined up against the wall.
Thanks for burning down that building. Now face the wall, comrade.
Face the wall, comrade. Or it's time for you to break rocks, comrade.
Break rock.
So here's the job. You're all being paid equally now.
Yeah.
Back-breaking work.
Again, they don't have the... we need you guys to start thinking critically and see the actual future down the road. You guys are just so excited about being revolutionaries. What happens if you achieve your revolutionary goals? Then what? Again, all of you think you're going to be artists and poets and write poetry and get paid to sit at home all day doing nothing.
It's like
that's not what it's going to be like.
It's literally like what Tim Pool said. He talks to these people because he was them back in the day. He's like, well, what would you do if, your version of government got into power? He's like, I don't know. I'd probably play my guitar and like do some farming. And you're just like, why can't you do that now?
Well, I mean, number two, it's like going, the real answer was like, I agree with what you're going with that. But what Tim said was, he goes, I'd probably teach guitar lessons, and then I'd probably just get my own farm. And then he just said, "Your farm."
Yeah, your farm, comrade.
Yeah, what are you
talking
talking
about?
Our
farm.
Again, you don't have anything.
Yeah, you don't own anything. Private ownership of things is what has made this country so well and made it so great. That's what nobody realized. Like the moment that's what we're seeing right now. That's the problem why we're seeing so many riots and protests now. It's like Renters is going up like crazy, and this is why I always hate hearing all these people. Like, I hear these smart people that are getting all these rent homes and these rent houses. Like my neighbor has bought like three other houses and then turned them into rent homes. They're a part of the problem. They're a part of the people making so much money that they're buying rent houses and taking away the market from the upcoming generations. You are part of the problem because like I don't want to sell my home. I'm making money off of that. I'm making money off that rent home. Which if you know anything about rent homes, you're literally breaking even.
Yeah.
Like unless you have like their job, as I always say, the people who don't do rent houses must make buckets of money at their real job.
Yeah. Usually it's a subsidy. Like the reason that they buy rent homes is for they want to have their money invested in other places.
Exactly.
Like the house is an investment, not a...
exactly.
So that's typically how it goes. But anyway, we've gone way longer than I anticipated going. But that's about all I've got for you today. We got a fun little video to end it with. That's, it's a very good, one of those really good AI videos. That's very poignant.
It just goes to show you that all this stuff is connected. Is why it's so weird. All this stuff is connected. All these problems that we're suffering are connected to one big thing. It's amazing.
Very true. That's very true. So... that's about all I've got for you today. This is the Twins with Owasso Live. This was The Morning Loop. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe so you too can stay in the loop. But that is all I've got for you today. God bless you.
See you later, everybody.
Can I see your BRIC card, please?
I don't have one. I don't have a smartphone.
Can I get another pint, please?
Sorry, sir. Your BRIC card says you've exceeded your alcohol quota for this week.
Sorry, sir, your BRIC card says you've already flown twice this year. We're having to restrict passengers with higher than average emissions profiles.
Sorry, I'm afraid your funds have been temporarily frozen. Your recent social media post did not align with the government's narrative.
Sorry, I'm afraid your BRIC card says you cannot purchase any more meat this week. as part of our commitment to achieving net zero.
I've just logged in using my Brit card and it's saying I've already had 3 hours of internet today and it's locked me out. Can I see your Brit card, please?